In the previous video, we had seen about the Millman's theorem, statement and proof of Millman's theorem. Now we'll see the problems of Millman's theorem. So here first is for the circuit given below, find the current through 10 ohm resistance using Millman's theorem. So here all voltage sources have been given. So first step is you have to write the formula there. So formula is nothing but E1 into Y1 plus E2 into Y2. Here the polarity of the battery is going to be in the reverse direction. So it is minus E3 into Y3. We have three voltage sources. So we write as E1, E2 and E3. The polarity is going to be here in this case. Your third voltage source is going to be minus plus. So we write it as minus E3 Y3 divided by the total admittance. It is Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3. So here E1 is 22 volts, Y1 is nothing but 1 by 5, so we write 22 by 5, plus E2 is 48, 48 divided by 12, minus 12 divided by 4, divided by, your admittance is going to be 1 by 5, plus 1 by 12, plus 1 by 4. So this we have to write it as your, so this one is going to be your 1 by 5, plus 1 by 12, plus 1 by 4. So your total voltage source is going to be 10.13 volts there. And Z is equivalent to 1 by Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3. So what is 1 by Y1? So otherwise you can straight away write here. Y1 is equivalent to 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is nothing but 0.2 mho. Next is Y2 is equivalent to 1 by 12. So what is that value that you have to write? Next is Y3 is equivalent to 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25 mho. So if I am going to add it, so this is nothing but 0.083. So add all these things, you are going to get your 1 by Y1. So 1 by this value is going to be your Z is equivalent to 1.88 ohms. Now draw the equivalent circuit. So your equivalent circuit is going to be your voltage source in series with your resistance. Then your load resistance is going to be 10 ohms. So E value is nothing but here your value is 10.13. R value is going to be 1.88 ohms. So here in this case your total current IL is equivalent to E divided by your 1.88 plus 10. So that is nothing but your IL current is equivalent to your load current. We can say that your load current is equivalent to 0.853 amps. So this is your equivalent Millman's circuit there. So next is find the current through 10 minus J3 ohms. So using your Millman's theorem. So in this case we are going to see here your E is equivalent to, first step in your Millman's theorem, write the formula there. So E1 into Y1 plus E2 into Y2 plus E3 into Y3 divided by Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3. So here E1 is nothing but 100 phase angle 0 divided by your resistance is 5 plus 90 phase angle 45 divided by 10 plus 80 phase angle 30 divided by 20 divided by 1 by 5 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20. So divide it, then convert it to a rectangular form, then add it, then afterwards again convert the rectangular to polar. You will be getting the value of the voltage source, that is 88.49 phase angle 15.66. So next is your impedance. The impedance is nothing but Z is equivalent to 1 by Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3, that is equivalent to 1 by 5 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20. So in that case it is 2.86 ohms. So now we want to find out the total current here across the load resistor, load impedance. I is equal to E by Z plus ZL. So E is nothing but 88.49 phase angle 15.66. Z value is 2.86 plus 10 minus J3 is your load impedance there. Add these two, you will get a rectangular form, convert it to your polar form, then do the division process. So if you do the division process, your value is going to be 6.7 phase angle 28.79 amps. So next problem is find the current through ZL is equivalent to 2 plus J3 ohms using Millman's theorem. So now here in this case, if you are going to see, we are going to have a current source in parallel with your resistance there. So first step is what you have to do is convert that current source to your voltage source. So if I convert it, V is equivalent to I into R. I is 10 amps, R is 4. So it is to 40 volts in series with your 4 ohms resistance there. Now I have 3 voltage sources in series with their resistances, and then the load impedance is going to be 2 plus J3. So your total voltage Vm is equivalent to, now you multiply it. So 2 into 2 divided by 2. So here that is nothing but 2 into 0.5 I written. So plus 4 into 1 by 3 is nothing but 0.33 plus 40 into 1 by 4 is 0.25 divided by your total admittance is going to be 0.5 plus 0.3. Otherwise, first step what you do is you write here your admittance value. So your y1 is equivalent to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is equivalent to 0.5 mho. Next is y2 is equivalent to 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 is nothing but 0.33 mho. So next is y3. So y3 is equivalent to 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25 mho. So now you can have your Vm E1 into Y1. So that is 2 into 0.5 plus 4 into 0.33 plus 40 into 0.25 divided by 0.5 plus 0.33 plus 0.25. Your voltage is nothing but 11.38. Zm is equal to 1 by Ym. So 1 by 1.08, that is nothing but 0.9231. So now your IL is equivalent to your total voltage source is 11.38 divided by 2.92 plus J3. So your value here in this case, convert this to your polar form, convert it to your polar form and then do the division operation. So if you do the division operation, it is going to be 1.896 minus 1.99J, or it is 2.716 phase angle minus 45.74. So next is in the figure shown, apply Millman's theorem to solve for the voltage Vxi. So now to find out, here we have 2 voltage sources. What we are going to do is, the third voltage source, we don't have any third voltage source. So instead in that case, what we are going to do is, here there is going to be no voltage source to be present. We will take that voltage source to be 0. So here in this circuit, if we are going to see, there is going to be no voltage source. So voltage source is 0. So here the polarity of the battery is going to be reversed. So it is minus to plus. So we write it as minus 50 divided by 1K plus 20 here in this case. It is your voltage source is 20 divided by 1K. Here 0 by 2K divided by 1 by 1K plus 1 by 2K plus 1 by 1K. So if I am going to find out, it is going to be here minus 50, this is K. So into 10 power 3 will go up. So minus 3 will go up. So finally it is going to be minus 12 volts. So the voltage source is going to be minus 12 volts. Current is going to be, here in this case, your impedance, if you are going to find out, they ask you to find out Vxy, only the voltage. Voltage is nothing but minus 12 volts there. So the next problem, if I am going to see, we are going to have apply Millman's theorem to solve the voltage Vxy. We have 3 voltage sources. So the first voltage plus 2 minus it is, so 12 divided by 10. Second, it is in the reverse direction, so minus 18 by 15. Third is going to be 24 by 40 divided by 1 by 10 plus 1 by 18 plus 1 by 40, that is nothing but 1 volts. So here they have asked you to find out only the voltages there. Next is using a Millman's theorem, find the current through AB. So that is your load impedance is going to be 2 plus J4 ohms there. So V1 is 10, phase angle 0, Y1 is 1 by 5, 1 by Z1, so 1 by Z1 is 1 by 5, that is 0.2 Siemens or mho. Then V2 is 20, phase angle 45, so Y2 is nothing but 1 by Z2, so 1 by minus J3, so it is 0.33, phase angle 90. So now the formula is 2 voltage sources V1 Y1 plus V2 Y2 divided by Y1 plus Y2. So substituted, you will get the answer to be 13.94, phase angle 60.97. Your Z equivalent is equivalent to 1 by Y equivalent, that is 1 by 0.2 plus 0.33, phase angle 90. So convert this polar form to your rectangular form, add it, then do the polar form conversion, you will get the value of your Z equivalent. So now your Millman's equivalent circuit is, this is your V equivalent circuit, this is your Z equivalent circuit. Now your load impedance is going to be 2J4. So here in this case, our IAB is equivalent to V equivalent divided by Z equivalent plus ZL. Z equivalent is what? 2.59, phase angle minus 58.78 plus 2 plus J4. So now convert this polar form to your rectangular form, add it, then convert again to your polar form, divide it. you'll get IAB is equal to 3.68, phase angle 32.979 amps there. So the current through AB is going to be 3.68, phase angle 32.79 amps. Thank you.